Hi everybody. So today we're going to continue talking about angle relationships in triangles and quadrilaterals. And by now you should know that a triangle is a shape that has 3 sides and a quadrilateral is any shape that has 4. So a polygon is any closed figure that's made up of line segments. So for example, we have a triangle right here, and then we also have a hexagon right here. And this would be a regular triangle because we can see that the sides are very similar, and the hexagon here would be an irregular hexagon, and we say it's irregular because the sides are not the same, the angles on the inside are not the same. Okay, the vertex of any shape is where the 2 line segments meet, so where 2 or more sides meet there, and we call that the vertex. And at that vertex, we can make interior angles, right? So we can make angles on the inside here as soon as those side lengths form. And any exteriors are going to be made if there's a line and then that segment there. Okay, so if you were to extend out the line. Now, by now or yesterday, we talked about how the inside of a triangle adds up to 180, but what you don't know is that the outside of any shape, the outside angles, the exterior angles of any shape actually add up to be 360 degrees. Okay, so any shape, the outside of any of those angles, so if I were to add up this angle, and this angle, they're going to equal 360 degrees. So using the rules that we have now, let's do some actual math to figure out our unknown angles. So I have this triangle right here. My dog's getting a little annoyed because he's trying to sleep and I'm talking about math. So I have a right angle triangle here. So I know that the inside angle here is 90 degrees, then 25 degrees, and I have an unknown here. And then I also have an unknown here. So I want to figure out what x equals. And we know that x is going to equal the sum of my 2 interior angles. So it's actually going to be 25 plus 90. Okay, so x is going to equal 115 degrees. And that's one of my rules there, right? Now, if I'm looking at my next example, I have one angle, which is 68 degrees. Don't have this one. I don't have this one, but I want to know what x is. I do know that this is a scalene triangle, though, because I have 2 of the exact same sides. And I know that all of this is going to add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, so if I were to do 180 degrees and subtract 68, which is what I know is inside of that triangle right now, and that equals 112 degrees, then I know that if these 2 angles are exactly the same, because of my scalene triangle, I can just divide this by 2 to figure out what one of those angles is. And 112 divided by 2 is going to give me 56. So each of these angles is 56 degrees. Okay. And I want to know what my outside angle, what x equals. So x is actually going to equal 68 plus 56. And that's going to equal 124 degrees. Okay. So we can use these rules to kind of work backwards in order to do this math. Now, I can do the same thing in example 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what x is. And again, if I know that this angle here is 65 degrees, then that has to be the same here. So really I know what 2 angles are. So I know that that's 65 degrees. So x is going to equal 180 minus 65 minus 65, which is 50 degrees. Okay. So if I know that x is 50 degrees, well then I know that z is going to be my 2 interior angles to subtract 180. So that's 65 plus 65, which is 130. And then y now is going to be 50 plus 65, which is 115. Okay? We need to remember to put these. So our angle relationships in quadrilaterals also have specific rules. So these were triangle rules, but now let's talk about 4-sided shapes. Basically, all you need to know here is that the exterior angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees, but so is the interior angle. So if I were to have a square, which is a quadrilateral, all of the angles inside of my square they're all going to add up to 360 degrees. Now, on my square here, if I also had exterior angles here, like this, all of my exterior angles are also going to add up to be 360 degrees. Okay, so I've attached the worksheet as well as the solutions for you to try. Please let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to just press submit on that Google assignment.